Hi, Jessica here. Welcome back to My Transgender Nation. Today we have a guest, Dayne Bachmann. Welcome, Dayne.
Thank you.
Dayne is a member of the transgender community. He is a therapist for the LGBTQ community. He is the director of Twin Peaks Counseling. He is an author and a speaker. And so I'm glad you could take the time to talk to us today, Dayne. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm excited for you to be here today. So why don't you start by telling us your personal story? How did you get to where you are today? And how did that evolve for you?
So, first of all, I'm 51. So growing up in the 70s, there weren't a lot of terms that, were out there for us. Everything was quieted. And so I always knew I was different. I felt different. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't have words for it. I knew something was really off when I was in kindergarten, when they ask you to get in the boys' line and the girls' line. And I knew that I did not fit to be in the girls' line. So that was like a big thing for me. I knew at that point something was up. So from that point on through grammar school, I knew that I didn't fit in. I went to a Catholic grammar school. We had to wear uniforms, so it was the skirt,
Yeah. The plaid skirt, right?
the plaid skirts. Oh my God, it was horrible. And every morning was a fight because I did not want to put that thing on. I wanted to be in the pants, the plaid tie, the white shirt, just like my brother was, and I couldn't. So going to school was torture. Um, going through grammar school, I was feeling a lot of anger, and I didn't know why. Um, Once I hit puberty, it was like sixth grade, and my breast started growing. I was like, I think that's when the anger really started
Yeah.
because I was just that did not belong on my body.
Yeah.
So I went into wearing like baggy shirts, sweatshirts when I wasn't at school. Um, I was always, when I wasn't in school, I was out in the backyard playing with all the neighborhood boys, wiffle ball and tag football and stuff. And I fit right in with the boys. And that's where I felt the most comfortable. Then high school, again, I was angry, started drinking, smoking pot all the time because I didn't, that made me feel the most comfortable. I was kind of calm when I did that. And I didn't feel all those weird feelings inside. Um, I came across a person that was a lesbian in high school, and her and her girlfriend would be in the hallway. They would be all like cuddling up against their locker, and I was like, I don't know what I'm feeling, but that feels the closest thing that I could relate to for the first time ever.
Yeah.
So I went with that. I was like, okay, I must be a lesbian. Um, and a lot of it fit at the time. But as I got older, it was like, this doesn't even fit. My mom was always telling me that I would get married, have kids, raise the family, be at home with the kids, and make sure dinner's on the table for my husband when he got home from work. And that's what I was always told from a young age. And, I rebelled as far back as I can remember. I always rebelled against that. So when I was living the lesbian lifestyle. My mom kicked me out of the house when I was 18.
Oh my.
Yeah,
Wow.
didn't talk to me for over a year.
Holy cow.
Um, and, I had to find my way at 18. And all my other friends were like going off to college. They had their parents' support. I was trying to figure out how the heck I was gonna pay rent, get food on my table. So it was a struggle.
Sure.
And for many years, it was a struggle. Um, and let me backtrack a little bit. When I was in high school, I was so unhappy. Um, I wanted to commit suicide. That felt like that was my only solution. I did have a plan. Thank God I didn't go through with it. Something always nagged at me that not to do it. So thank God that I am sitting here today. Um, so once I got kicked out of the house, I got a job. I did all that stuff, but I was so unhappy. I jumped from relationship to relationship, trying to fill that void of something. And I was never happy in any relationship that I was in. I was never happy. And there came a time where it's like, okay, it's not everybody else, it's me. And I need to figure out what's going on with me. And I did not figure it out until I was in my 40s, when I met my partner. When I met my partner, it was like I could be my true, authentic self. I could go into a store, I could go in the men's department, I could buy whatever clothes I wanted, and my partner supported that.
Sure.
And it was around that time when I met my partner that I picked up Chaz Bono's book. And when I read that, everything came to light for me. I could identify with so much that was in his book. And at that point was the first time I was like, oh my God, I am transgender. And this is the word that I've always been looking for throughout my life.
Sure.
The
light bulb went on.
It did, thanks to Chaz Bono. And, I told my partner, I was like, this is really what's going on with me. And I just figured it out. And they were like, okay, what's our next step? They were so supportive, and they don't look at people with labels. So it didn't bother them. I think it bothered me more, like, oh my God, am I going to lose this person because I'm going to transition? But they've been right by my side from day one. We've been together 12 years.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. And actually, they just came out as trans.
Oh, wow.
So it's been an amazing ride. So I'll back up a little bit. I did get married to a male way back.
Yeah.
Because I felt so helpless and I didn't know where I was going in my life. And I thought maybe my mom was right. Maybe I just needed to be married to a man. So I married this guy, and we were together quite a while. But I have to tell you that from the time that I said I do, I was miserable. I put him through hell. I put myself through hell.
Oh my.
Thank God he was in the Army,
Yeah.
and he was overseas a lot.
Oh wow.
And when he came home, I was like, please sign up again for another tour, because I just can't do this. And he did. It was at that time I was able to go back to school. I went to college, got my undergrad from Southern in social work, and I then went to Fordham and I got my master's degree. And then I, had to do my hours before I could take my exam to be a licensed clinical social worker.
Mhm.
I did that, and once I came out as trans, I knew that I wanted to work with the community.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been doing for the last 6 years, is working with the LGBTQ plus community. My caseload is, I would say, 98% transgender individuals.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's been amazing. In my book, I did write a book.
What's the name of your book?
It's called She, He, Me, and I do have a picture here. And you could get it on Amazon. But it's my journey of hell, healing, and helping. When I was writing the book, I was like, okay, my clients are going to see this. My clients are going to see my whole life.
Sure.
And I had to be okay with that.
Yeah.
And I, after processing it, I was totally fine with it. And I have to say, it's been a blessing that I did this, because it has enriched, that's the only word I could think of right now, enriched my working relationship with my clients. They've been able to go so much deeper. And we've been able to talk so much more about how they feel and what they've been through because of my book.
Right.
And it's been amazing.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Is the brunt of your clients younger, older, mix?
There's a mix.
Yeah.
Yes. So pretty much anywhere from 13 to 75.
Wow.
Years old. Yes.
And I would imagine working with those different groups that there's a lot of differences, because the younger people, they've grown up with this in their world, so
Yes.
to them it's not as big a deal, and it's easier for them to accept. I mean, they still have plenty of challenges, mind you, but definitely a different situation for the younger ones than for the ones of our generations,
Yes. Yeah, it really blows my mind when I'm sitting with the younger folks that, how up to speed they are, and how their parents are supportive of them. And if only, we had that when we were
young. God, I in some ways, for sure.
Yeah. But, I am very grateful for the journey that I was on. Who I was made me who I am today. And I think it's made me so much more grateful than I would have been, I think, if I was able to transition at a younger age.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm just very grateful for the journey that I was on and am on.
Yeah. And it sounds like you're helping people in a great way.
Absolutely.
That's fabulous.
Yes.
What would you say to people who have somebody in their lives that is either has transitioned or trying to transition? How would you tell them to approach it, and what would you give them for advice?
I would suggest that they get into a support group for family members of loved ones that are trans. I would provide them with different readings so they could educate themselves. And, I would suggest that they just listen to the other person and follow the person's lead. Because who knows better than the person going through it?
Exactly. Most definitely. Yeah. Well, that's excellent advice. I greatly appreciate that. Well, this has been really good, and I greatly appreciate you taking the time to tell us your story and what you're doing to help the community. And again, the name of your book, we'll pop it up one more time so people will find you on Amazon.
She, He, Me. And yes, you can find it on Amazon.
Yeah.
It comes in Kindle, paperback, and I also have a Audible.
There you go. Awesome. So if they want to hear more about your personal story, they could pick that up and learn about you as well.
And there's a lot of resources in the back of the book as well.
Oh, that's fabulous. Very cool. All right. Well, thank you again, Dayne, for doing this. And everyone, thank you for watching us today here on My Transgender Nation. You can find us on Facebook at My Transgender Nation, our website, mytransgendernation.com, and obviously here on YouTube, where this video is being broadcast. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to our channel. And if you have suggestions on topics that you'd like to hear us cover, please send us a message and let us know what you're thinking about, and we'll try to accommodate you as best we can. I appreciate you watching, and I hope we see you again soon. Thank you very much.